You know that weird moment in the morning where your alarm goes off, you wake up, eyes open, phone in hand, coffee brewing, but you're not awake, like your brain is still asleep. There's no real energy, no mental spark, just fog, just flat. You lie there thinking, I slept. I'm not doing all-nighters anymore. Why am I still this exhausted after everything I've tried? Why do I still feel like a drained battery? If that's you, this video is you and me talking about one thing, your nervous system. Not your character, not your willpower. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why you wake up groggy and flat, and you'll walk away with 7 specific signals to restart your energy. You are tired of advice like, think positive, be grateful, just rewire your beliefs. Your nervous system doesn't understand any of that. It doesn't speak words. It speaks in patterns. Light, movement, food, sound, people. If those signals say danger, it doesn't matter how many affirmations you repeat. Your biology will keep acting like you're in a war. And over time, that war builds what I call stimulation debt. When your nervous system has taken in more than it's been allowed to process. The input keeps coming. The recovery never really happens. That debt is what you're feeling now. I want to show you how simple the language of your nervous system really is. Watch slow, gentle movement for a few minutes, even on a screen, and your brain starts to recognize something it hasn't felt in a while. Safety. And your stress hormones begin to come down. You didn't talk yourself into calm, you just sent your biology a safety signal. In the morning, cortisol is not the villain. It's your startup hormone. About half an hour after you wake up, a chain of command deep in your brain, the hypothalamus, the pituitary, the adrenal glands, sends a pulse of cortisol through your system. That pulse wakes your brain. Shift from repair mode to action mode. The day has begun. It moves fuel into your bloodstream so your thoughts have energy. Call this the Cortisol Awakening Response, the CAR. You can think of it like your built-in good morning signal. When that crucial morning wave flattens, you open your eyes and nothing starts. Your body, quite simply, forgot how to wake up. It's not a failing, it's a biological adaptation. Your stress system isn't engineered for constant activation. Your HPA axis, the system that controls your stress response, is built for short bursts of stress, like a deadline, an argument, or a sudden problem. But when stress becomes constant, something always on your mind, back-to-back pressure, no real off switch, your brain adapts by turning the signal down. The external pressures, the responsibilities, they might remain. But internally, the signal gets quieter. This isn't a dramatic collapse. It's a biological loop. Your off switch never fully engages at night, so you don't fully rest. Your on switch never fully fires in the morning, so you don't fully activate. You're stuck in limbo, half on, half off, exhausted and restless, simultaneously. You wake up feeling unrested, regardless of sleep duration. You are not too sensitive. You are not lazy. This is a biological loop, forged by stimulation debt. Your drive isn't lost. Your body simply shifted into survival mode. So how do you talk to a nervous system that doesn't listen to pep talks? You don't argue with it. You don't shame it. You use the only language it speaks, signals. Before I give you the full protocol, try this right now while you're watching. Take a breath in through your nose. Now hum the exhale. A low, steady hum for 5 seconds. Do it once. Do it again. That tiny vibration in your chest and throat. That's your vagus nerve activating. The nerve that tells your body, we might be safe enough to turn the alarm down. You didn't change your personality. You just sent one small signal of safety. That's what we're going to do for the next 14 days. 7 signals. 7 inputs your nervous system can understand. Let's start with the most powerful one. Start these for 14 days. Not as a discipline challenge, as a biological experiment. Override 1, light. Your eyes are timekeepers. Inside them are cells whose entire job is to measure how bright the world is and send that information straight to your brain's master clock. When you wake up and stay in dim light, or go from bed to a phone screen, your brain is guessing, is it really day? Are we sure? Should I start the engine or save energy? When you step into real daylight within about 10 minutes of waking, you remove the guesswork. You give your brain a clear command. It's morning, start the sequence. Don't have to stare at the sun. Just let natural light hit your eyes, safely for a few minutes. 2 weeks of that every morning is often enough to nudge that suppressed car upwards. You're not touching grass for vibes. You're literally flipping the on switch for your startup hormone. But light only works if your cortisol has fuel to respond to. That's where Override 2 changes everything. Override 2. Coffee timing. Most of us wake up, feel nothing, and immediately reach for caffeine to feel like ourselves. It works for a while. But in the first hour after waking, your brain is trying to build its own cortisol wave. When you drop caffeine on top of that process, you block the feeling of sleepiness, you get a nice artificial lift, and your nervous system quietly learns, I don't need to send a strong morning signal. This human will press the coffee button for me. By early afternoon, that artificial lift wears off. You crash. You blame your discipline. You drink more coffee, which then disrupts your evening wind down, and tomorrow's morning wave gets even flatter. That's how stimulation debt keeps compounding. For the next 14 days, don't quit coffee. Just postpone it. Give your body its chance to wake you first. Wait about 90 minutes after waking before your first cup. The withdrawal is temporary. The signal you're rebuilding is permanent. Just don't pour caffeine on top of that fragile morning signal. Very often, you start to feel a small, real wave of alertness appear on its own. That's your stress system remembering its original job. Now your cortisol has the window it needs. Override 3. Humming. Override 3 is the fastest biological on switch in this entire protocol, and most people skip it because they've never been told what it actually does. You have a nerve called the vagus nerve that runs from your brainstem through your chest and your gut. It's one of the main brakes on your stress response. When the vagus nerve is active, your heart rate settles, your digestion works, your system shifts out of threat mode into safe enough. One of the simplest ways to nudge it is vibration. So while you shower or make breakfast or sit in the car, hum. No lyrics, no performance, just a steady sound in your chest for a minute or two. You don't have to feel calm. You don't have to believe in it. Your vagus nerve doesn't care. It just feels the vibration and sends a message upstairs. We can turn the volume down a notch. That notch, repeated every morning, is your way of telling your ancient alarm system, you are not in the same danger you used to be in. You've just sent 3 signals. Your system is starting to pay attention. Override 4 reinforces it physically. Override 4, gentle movement. If your morning cortisol is already low, a high-intensity workout is like slamming the gas in a car that's almost out of fuel. You blast through the last reserves, finish the workout more drained than when you started, and think, wow, I really am weak now. You haven't become weak. You're asking a survival mode nervous system to sprint without an engine. So for this short window of time, trade intensity for trust. About 30 to 60 minutes after you wake, take a 15-20 minute walk, nothing dramatic. Outside if you can, so you combine it with the light signal. Steady, not punishing. You're showing your body, when you give me a bit of energy, I use it gently and predictably. I don't waste it. I don't attack you with it. Over time, that's how you convince your brain it's safe to give you more. Gentle movement told your brain the threat is over. Override 5 tells it there's enough fuel to function. Override 5, breakfast that doesn't scare your brain. Have you ever eaten something sugary in the morning and then felt jittery, hollow, and weirdly anxious an hour later with no obvious reason? That's your blood sugar roller coaster dragging your stress hormones along for the ride. A big sugar hit spikes your glucose, your body panics, releases extra cortisol to push it back down, and suddenly your stress system is dealing with a food emergency instead of calmly rebuilding your morning rhythm. For the next 14 days, treat your first meal like a message, not a reward. Within about 90 minutes of waking, give your body 25 to 30 grams of protein and some healthy fat. Eggs, yogurt, tofu, nuts, whatever fits your life. It doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be steady. You're not eating clean for a diet. You're telling your brain, food is not chaos. You don't need to fire off stress signals to survive breakfast. Your brain now has stable fuel. But there's one signal most people never think about, and it directly addresses the most primal question your nervous system asks every morning. Override 6, human safety. Your nervous system pays a lot of attention to one quiet question. Am I alone in this? From an evolutionary point of view, being alone used to mean being unprotected. So your stress chemistry stays on alert when you feel isolated, even if your calendar is full and your life looks busy. On the other hand, even very small moments of genuine connection lower that sense of threat. A short conversation with someone you trust, a voice note where you're honest for 60 seconds, 10 minutes on the floor with your pet, feeling actual fur instead of glass screens. Your brain uses that as data. There is a tribe. I am not in the wild alone. For these 2 weeks, make one rule. Before you flood yourself with the internet, give your biology one real human moment. It can be tiny. It just has to be real. You're not doing it for mental health points. You're doing it because your stress system reads loneliness as danger and connection as safety. 6 signals in. The last one is the one that locks all of them in place. And it costs nothing but consistency. Override 7, wake time consistency. Override 7 runs quietly in the background of all the others. And it's the reason some people do the first 6 signals perfectly and still feel off. Your brain doesn't wait until you wake to decide what to do. It starts preparing your cortisol wave before you open your eyes, based on what it thinks your wake time will be. If you wake at 6:30 on weekdays, 8:30 on Saturdays, 10 on Sundays, your internal clock never knows when to start the engine. Sleeping in by about an hour and a half can push your internal rhythm off for days. You feel like you changed time zones without leaving your bed. Here's the strange part. Someone who sleeps 6 hours but wakes at the same time every day will often function better than someone who sleeps 8 hours with random wake times. Because your brain isn't only counting hours, it's asking, can I predict when the day begins? Can I prepare the signal in advance? For the next 14 days, pick a wake time and honor it like a meeting with your own nervous system. Not because it's disciplined, but because consistency is the clearest way to tell your brain, you can trust me. I will show up at the same time. You can start the engine there. Look at what you're actually saying to yourself every morning when you stack these 7 overrides. With light, you say, this is morning. The light proves it. With coffee timing, you say, you get to send the first wave. I'll add help later. With humming, you say, we might be safe enough to turn the alarm down. With gentle movement, you say, when you give me energy, I use it kindly, not violently. With steady breakfast, you say, food is not a crisis, you can stay calm. With human connection, you say, I am not alone in the wild. With consistent wake time, you say, you can predict the start. I'll be there tomorrow too. Every one of those signals is doing one thing. Signaling safety, telling your nervous system, the emergency is over. The war that's been running in the background, it doesn't have to run at full volume anymore. You're not broken. You've been in survival mode, and now you have 7 ways to call your system home. If this diagnosis fits, if this is what your mornings have felt like, drop the word flat in the comments. It tells me your nervous system is ready for the next signal, and it tells me which override to go deeper on next. Because this isn't just your story. This is what a human nervous system does when it's been heroic for too long without enough proof that it's safe to rest and safe to restart. Now for the next 14 days, you give it that proof.